So yesterday, or a few days ago, this arrived in the mail. I've never seen as thick of a Nix box ever. And I don't know what this is. It doesn't say on the side. I guess it does. It says, look at that top-down camera. Very nice. It says BPT NW 10-inch, 1964 brown, 9.5D, so it's my size. I don't know what this is. So I thought I'd do a little unboxing because there's a chance that you'll never see this. Because sometimes, you know, brands send us stuff for future videos, or sometimes they forget to tell us what they're shipping us. But anytime a mystery box comes in, I can't help but do a little unboxing video because they're so fun to do. Especially fun when it's a mystery box from Nix.
Which Rose Anvil wallet is right for you? If you want something that does it all, holds all your cards and your cash, something you can toss in a bag or backpack and that still comfortably fits in the pocket, the Togo and the Clayton wallet are right for you. Let's look at wallet thickness and number of pockets. Here's how the Togo and Clayton stack up. The Togo's 6 pockets at 11.2 millimeters thick and the Clayton 7, with 1 large back pocket for cash, at 14 millimeters make these our thickest wallets with plenty of room. Internal folding on the Clayton, as well as hand stitching and full grain leather on both, make these extra durable. Get yours at roseanvil.com. Up next, the biggest Big Daddy wallet.
Let's do an unboxing. Be a pretty quick one. What knife are we unboxing with today? This bad boy that I didn't even know was legal to have until I don't remember what unboxing video I opened this up in. What is this knife brand? Microtech, and a little claw on the end there. It's just fun. Look at this. Let's open this thing up. Got another Nix unboxing coming up too that I'm recording today that I know what it is, and it's completely ridiculous. Let's see what this is. I guess, let me take a guess of what it is. I know Nix has been working on some sort of like cowboy-ish boot, kind of like a roper boot or some sort of engineer-looking boot. I've only seen a couple teasers on their Instagram and maybe a little behind-the-scenes teaser that Shyler, the owner, sent me, but I don't know if that's true. Okay, just a regular pair of boots. I don't know what these are for. 1964 leather. I think this is on their months and last. I don't know what these are for. So what do we have here? We got us a 10-inch. I'm pretty sure it's a 10-inch. Let's compare to the Indy one. Yeah, so it's a 10-inch boot. That 1964 leather. I love this leather. I think it's some of the prettiest leather you can get in a work boot because it patinas really nicely. Well, I have no idea why they sent these to us. I don't know what these are. What are the specs on it, I guess? So it looks like it's built on their months and last, which I love. I like the straight toe of it. I think it's a really nice look. I think it's something that does separate Nix. You know, when we just were talking about that point of diminishing return, every little thing you could point to one's better than the other for this reason or that reason or this, but there's one thing that Nix does that really no other of those brands in the Pacific Northwest does, and it's a semi-anatomical last. Because if you remember any basic video we've done about these Pacific Northwest brands, comes with a nice boot balm. I think this is just a rebranded Obanoff's, which is a really, really popular leather conditioner for work boots. Definitely darkens the leather, so be careful when you put it on. A couple kilties, little baby kilties. But you can see this is a really pointy last. And then this is a really anatomical last. And let's do one more. Lined up from narrow to anatomical. So this is the Nix new house brandle last. It's actually a surprisingly comfortable last for being really pointy and really almond shaped. We did an unboxing of this, go watch that. They're making up a boot like this for me out of that sunken ship leather that I bought. It's out of Cordovan. And so they shipped this to me as a try-on pair, and it's so freaking cool. I like this boot a lot. I'm not like a big pointy boot fan, but when a work boot company makes a dress boot, it's just like right up my alley. You can see how pointy this is compared to their regular wide last, which is their H&W last, you know, because they've got their 55 last that's even pointier than H&W. But you compare that to the unbroken in Thurman last, which is a Munson last, Munson inspired last. And you can see how this line that goes right up your big toe, it's not straight like a barefoot boot. It does kind of come in a little bit, but it's a lot straighter than either of these two lasts. And that's the thing, is the H&W last is their more anatomical last before this last. And you can see the difference there. And this is obviously broken in, so it's been kind of squished out and it looks wider than it actually is when you first get it. That's one thing that Nix does that none of the other brands do. It's something that for me, who I don't like having my toes squished, you know, out of all the Pacific Northwest lasts, everyone loves a 55. I don't like it as much. And so when they came out with this Munson last, that's why we did the ND3 on that last. You can see that was on the Munson last, and it's a double vamp. It's that lace toe pattern. And that's why we did their Thurman Munson last for that collaboration, because I just like it. I like the comfort of it, and I like the ability to actually work in a semi-anatomical last or hike in a semi-anatomical last. And it really is something that none of the other brands have caught up to yet. And it is something for, especially like, it seems like the more anatomical lasts are getting more and more popular. This barefoot style of things getting more catching fire more and more every single year. The barefoot world, it's like so extreme to the one side. And I think the barefoot world goes way too hard. I'm like, 99% of people that want like a comfortable wide toe box boot or shoe, they want the comfort underneath of it. Like, quit making these thin boots and telling everyone it's like, oh, they're not gonna hurt your feet. You just gotta exercise your feet for 2 hours a day to build up the muscle so that you can do that. It's like, most people that are buying boots for work, some of us just want nice arch support, a really heavy duty boot that does have a semi-anatomical last. And that's what I really like about this last. So I didn't know I was getting this boot. I don't even know what it's for, but it's just a nice little overview of the Thurman last that Nix has developed and what I like about it and why I like it. So let's try it on and see what's what, because I don't really know what this is for. Well, we might be doing a video on this boot. Maybe that's what it's for. Either way, I'll try to convince Nix to do a video on it, because there's a really cool history of the Munson last and the story behind it and how it harkens back to World War II when they had to develop an anatomical last, because the dress last that the original like World War II boots or World War I boots were built on was causing nothing but problems for everyone's feet. People weren't able to fight because they had foot issues. And so it's a really cool story that I've been excited to tell. I just haven't had the opportunity to tell it in its full story, you know? So I think maybe that's what this is for, is maybe they're gonna let me tell the Munson story. What am I wearing today? I'm wearing these freaking Smugs. These drop on the 25th, or they've already dropped. I don't know, depends on when this video comes out. April 25th, sneakers built like a boot. So check out them or get on the limited edition email list so you get early access to buy them and so you don't miss out on them because they're limited quantities. But let's try these on. Let me know what you think of the top down camera. Do you like the more side angle, close up? Do you like the top down more? Let me know. Look at this. I know we're talking about Nix, but I've been so hyped about this Smug boot. The Smugs. If you don't know, Smugs is a play off Mugs, which was the manly Uggs, the shearling line shoes we made with Goro. So we played with that and made a little acronym for this sneaker that's built like a boot, and Smugs stands for sneakers made using good because there's really like no sneakers out there that are built to boot standard. Yeah, I like that. See, yeah, like even like the Smugs, you know, they're not anatomical even remotely. They're like a fairly pointy last because it's a sneaker, and my toe feels a lot better. Yeah, I love this last. And it fits pretty true to like all the rest of the sizing. Like this is a 9.5, and I'm trying to get out about a thumb width, which is a good amount, because if you're thinking about hiking downhill, you don't want your toes right to the end of the boot, because if you're hiking at all or going downhill at all, it's gonna jam to the end of the boot. And the boots kind of curl up at the toe and they shrink a little bit because the leather's lasted around and it'll naturally kind of shrink and conform around your foot. But about a thumb width is not a bad idea. I think it's a really safe bet, and especially when it comes to this high quality of a boot, because I always go through the same thing over and over. I get a pair of boots, I'm like, these are too big. Like, well, I got the wrong size. I shouldn't have got these, they're too big. A week later, they're a little more broken in, and I'm like, I think actually they're too small. I know I've had 50 pairs of Pacific Northwest boots and high quality boots come through the shop that I've tried on and worn in. And every time I still do it. And so people that have only had a handful of these boots, it's an understandable thing when it's like, oh, they're too big, now they're too small, and now they're too big again. And usually what happens is I think they're too big, then I think they're too small, and then they end up just being just right if I have about a thumb width for more of these anatomical style, like the H&W and this Thurman last. That's it. Fits well. I think we're gonna be doing a video on it. Try to convince Nix to do like a full breakdown of the Munson last and tell that really cool story and the history of it, and how they ended up using this last in their boots, how unique it is, especially even amongst the Pacific Northwest brands, let alone the entire work boot world, because there's very few work boots that even come close to an anatomical last. Thanks for watching, check them out below. Thanks to Nix for sending these, even though I don't know what they're for, but I guess you'll find out. Check out Rose Anvil, the main channel, check out our handmade leather goods. Thanks for all your guys' support. I love doing these unboxings, even if it is a little bit aimless and just random stuff comes through the shop, it's still fun to do. And let me know what you guys like to hear in these kind of videos, what I'm missing, what I can add. I love doing them. So as long as they keep working, I'm gonna keep doing them. So thank you guys. See ya.